Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we've had an influx of subscribers recently and I thought to myself, why don't we do a little bit of a Q&A so you guys can get to know me. You might not want this, but I'm giving you it. So I've done a lot of, where were you born? What do you think to this? What's your favourite colour? I've done so many like questions like that. So I wanted to do a more in-depth and personal one that's probably going to make me feel really uncomfortable. Great! The first one, do you feel like you're in control of your life right now? Does anyone ever feel like they're in control of their life? I mean, there's a lot of things that I am so blessed and happy with and in control with. But then there are others that just seem to speed away and I can't deal with, and no matter what I do I can't sort out or handle. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist, a bit of a control freak. I say a bit of. I am an extreme control freak, and the fact that I can't control these things, acts of nature, life happens, Murphy's Law, all those things that I can't control, it depresses me and gets me like really, I think I could say that I'm making positive changes and hopefully they will turn out for the best. Yeah, I'm already uncomfortable. Question 2, why did you start YouTube? So I'm gonna do, like, it's coming up to my YouTube-versary, my first year on YouTube, and I was planning on doing like a whole video. So as you guys know, as I said in my previous question, I suffer from anxiety and depression, and after my dad died I just sort of sunk into myself. I didn't want to do any of the things I wanted to do. I used to do drama and... What's the front door? Mark's here, hopefully I'll answer it. Oh, it'd be Charlie's dog food. Mark's not very well at the moment, he's on the couch. Probably should have answered that actually. Back in college and school I used to do drama and performing arts and do plays. I was out all the time, I was meeting new people didn't scare me. Life didn't scare me. I just crumbled and I just turned into this shell of a person. And like I look back at it now and I can see that, and I can see like where I've gone from this partying, happy person to this shell of a person, and I didn't know how to make it better. And in the back of my mind I've always thought maybe you should be doing something like YouTube, but never really bothered with it. I never really had a YouTube account until a couple of years ago, and then I discovered YouTube and I watched people who had been in a similar situation to me and watched them grow. So I decided that I was going to use my phone and just sit and film and see what happened, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I felt so self-conscious, so and just thought the idea of people seeing me, because that's what my anxiety is, it's people, fear of crowds, borderline agoraphobic, recovering agoraphobic, but like if I'm alone walking in a public place I can't deal with it. And I feel like as I started to do YouTube more and more, I started to get a really positive response to it, and people told me that I was good at it, and my confidence grew. And then I started being able to go out in public more, and I started to feel good about the way I looked and was happy with the way I looked, and my confidence has just grown and grown and grown. So I suppose, to do a long-winded answer that was, I started YouTube as a way of getting over my anxiety and my agoraphobia, and as a way of sort of pushing me back into the world. And now I can't imagine not doing it, and I can't imagine not having YouTube in my life, because it has just given me my life back. You guys have given me my life back, and I always say that. I never had ideas of like having people that actually engage with me and talk to me and tell me, I really like your videos and yeah, go you. I've never had anything like that. I've never really had such a positive response to things, because usually everything I do is generally deemed as a negative. Okay, next question. Do you feel like you're too honest and reveal too much about yourself to strangers? Yes, all the time. I feel like, well, I suppose anyone watching this is, a stranger to me, I suppose. So anyone potentially could see this and that I would not know them, I wouldn't have heard of them, and they'd watch this and I'm telling you all about my life and everything like that. But I do tend to word vomit, just blah blah blah. Do your friends and family know that you're on YouTube, and how do they feel about it? Okay, so my mum knows I'm on YouTube, my sister knows, Mark obviously knows, Emily obviously knows, and a couple of other friends know. Other than that, I don't post on Facebook. I don't tell anyone about this because I feel like I don't know whether they support me on it. I don't know whether they sit and laugh at me. I don't know. It's out there. I guess people are gonna find me. I mean, I can't go on YouTube and then just pretend that like no one's gonna see me, because they are. It's not like I slag people off. It's not like I say, oh, I hate this person and this person did this and I really don't like them. You know, I don't do that, but I don't know, it just makes me feel very uncomfortable. Who do you feel tension with in your life right now? No one really. Do you feel like you have enough friends? I have a small number of friends that are fantastic and are always there. And I have those friends that I don't see that often and they're still really, really good friends. Are you good at making decisions? It depends what the decision is. I feel like if it's a big life decision, I will sit and I will discuss it, or I will just go through my head, write down every single possibility, anything that could go wrong, and I'll do that and then I'll make a decision. When it comes to little things like what to have for dinner, or which pair of shoes do I want to choose from today, or there are 2 bags, you can only buy one, which bag do you want? Like, awful. I will be that, I will and ah, and I don't know. I've come to the consensus that generally if I and ah about something, I don't want it. And if I just go, yes, I need that, then I want that. I say need, want. I don't really need more unicorn memorabilia, but I want it. Do you consider yourself to be a selfish person? Yeah, I can be. I can be very selfish. I think it depends on the situation. Like, I'll hog the TV remote. We watch what I want to watch. We play what I want to play. But I think that's because Mark just likes, you know, happy wife, happy life. But if there's a serious issue, then I feel like I'm not that selfish. Like, I completely uphauled my entire life when my dad was sick and put everything on hold and moved in to take care of him. I think the bigger things, no, I'm not selfish. But the little things like what we're watching on the telly, yeah, you know. Okay, so the next question is, as far as body hair goes, what is your preference? Bit weird. Okay, so I really am not a massive fan of body hair. I mean, I don't want a man who looks like a Ken doll, you know, completely smooth, completely nothing. But I'm not a fan of hair. Like, a little bit on the chest and obviously where it's meant to be, and on the head is fine. But other than that, I'm not a massive fan of it. So I feel like I chose well in Mark. I think I have hairier legs than him. What age did you start your period? Okay, I was 11. What's the one thing you would like to change about yourself? I think I'd like to change my negativity towards things. No, I'd like to change my anxiety. I feel like if I didn't have my anxiety, I would be so different. Which parent are you closer to and why? That's awkward. I've always been closer to my mum. I've always been closer. I mean, there's phases through my life where I was closer to my dad, but I think we were just so similar that we sort of just, you know, really couldn't get on at a lot of times, especially like when I was a teenager. When he got sick, obviously everything changed. You sort of put away all that stupid arguing and things like that. But I've always been closer with my mum. What was the best phase in your life? I think last year, like the beginning of last year, I would have said college. That was the best phase. I loved it so much. Now, I think this is the best phase I've ever been in. I seem to be moving forward with my life and tackling things and doing things that I never thought I could do again or that I could ever do before. So I feel like now. What was the worst phase in your life? Obviously when my father was dying, that was naff. Is what you're doing now what you always wanted to do growing up? No. My job is not what I always wanted to do when I grew up. It's something that I do. YouTube, I suppose, yes, is something that I'd always planned to do. It's essentially acting, performing, being creative. I have an A-level in media, so I'm using that, you know. So I suppose YouTube, yes, is the thing that I always wanted to do whilst growing up, but my actual job, no. What makes you feel accomplished? This, doing this. What's your favourite book, movie of all time, and why did it speak to you so much? Okay, so my favourite book of all time is obviously Alice in Wonderland. My favourite movie, I wouldn't say it's my favourite movie actually, but it's one of my favourites. It's my favourite Disney. I liked the idea of Alice creating this world in her head that she could escape to, this world that was weird and wonderful with these incredible characters that was an escape. I liked the way that it could be interpreted. I liked how it could be this jolly, happy, Disney, cutesy fairy tale, but it could also be this dark, twisted, insane place. It was just so many meanings, so subjective, so many ways to adapt it. And I feel like we're all Alice, if that makes sense. We all go into our own wonderland of what we want to create, what we want, and I feel like we're all trying to work through our own wonderland to get back home or to find out what's going on, and we all sometimes follow a white rabbit or a red herring, if you will. I just love the whole story, and I love anything to do with Alice in Wonderland. I love the American McGee's Alice's. I love play adaptations of it. I just love the whole story of it. What are your thoughts on online dating or Tinder? I think they're great as long as you're safe, and if you choose to meet this person, you meet them in a public place. As you guys know, I met my husband online, and I don't think he's a serial killer. I mean, I haven't seen any bodies yet. Okay, and the last question is, if you're in a bad mood, do you prefer to be left alone or have someone cheer you up? If I'm in a bad mood, I need people to come and cheer me up, and I will try to run away and try to be alone and not have people interfere, but I do need people to be there, even if it's just a friend with a bottle of wine, if it's someone taking me out for a night out, for a dance, get me drunk, talk about it, let me cry on their shoulder, just eating like a massive amount of Chinese or something like that. I need people to bring me out of that, just let me get it all out. If I'm left alone, then I tend to stew and things tend to get worse. So definitely have someone cheer me up. Wow, 35 minutes I've rambled on for. Okay guys, so that was my Q&A, my more personal, very in-depth Q&A to make you feel uncomfortable. If you'd like me to do another one of these, then comment below some of the questions that you'd like me to answer, and I shall put together another Q&A for you. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button and tick the notification bell, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, and I upload new videos every single day. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat, all Beenafish. Thank you so much for being here with me today, guys. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Turning off my lights. Now it's really dark.